we will move on to the next session. We have the session speaker, Madam Dr. Malliga, Madam, and already joined in the meeting link. So let us welcome Dr. Malliga, Madam. On behalf of the management and Murugappa Polytechnic and Department of Mechanical Engineering, I'm having great pleasure in welcoming Dr. Malliga, Ma'am, for the today's second session on e-content development. So before going to the session, let us brief about Dr. Malliga, ma'am. So as we are the teachers from South Zone, we are familiar with Malliga, ma'am. Many of us undergone training at NITTTR Chennai. Madam, please, one training we might have attended under his coordination. Madam is right now as working as associate professor in the Department of Computer Science, and Madam is also heading the Center for Educational Media in the NITTTR Chennai. Madam has around 30 years of teaching, training, and research experience, particularly in the field of education, higher education. Madam completed her BE Computer Science from University of Madras and MS Software System from BITS Plani, and another MS by Research from Anna University, and completed her PhD from University of Madras. So some of the contributions of Madam in NITTTR in training and related activities. Madam acted as a resource person for more than 400 short-term courses in computer science and related areas. And she coordinated around 300 short-term programs in computer science areas. Madam acted as a resource person for long-term programs like B.Tech, Education, M.Tech, HRD, and overseas teachers. And 6 international programs for overseas teachers on educational media production and e-learning and instruction design and e-learning, like the topics are completed by Madam. Madam also trained around 150 Bangladesh teachers and administrators in the ICT and web designing area. 26 papers are presented and published in the area of computer science and education in national and international level conferences and international journals. Madam is a team member in development of CBTs by Computer Center NITTTR Chennai. Around 10 CBTs were already prepared. Madam produced several educational video programs in computer science and engineering. And Madam also guided students and teachers in projects and acted as a doctoral committee member and examiner for Anna University and University of Madras. Madam also offered 3 Swayam MOOC courses on e-content development, OER for empowering teachers, and the AICT NITTTR model, that is a National University for Technical Teachers Training Module 1, in which the topic is through orientation towards technical education and curriculum aspects. Madam is also coordinator for Swayam MOOC for teacher training course at NITTTR Chennai, sponsored by Ministry of Education. Madam's areas of interest are data mining, cloud computing, technology enabled teaching and learning, instructional design, e-learning, OER, and immersive technologies. Then we can add. So, on behalf of all the participants, I have great pleasure in welcoming to our Dr. Malliga, Madam, for today's session. That's it. We have to thank, without any hesitation, Madam accepted our invitation to be a resource person for this session. I thank Madam. Welcome you, ma'am. And now you can take on the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Professor. And it is always happy for me to associate with Murugappa Polytechnic because I know you are doing a very good job in the arena of education, and all your faculty members. And am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All your faculty members are very sincere and attending, and not only that, you are also disseminating this information to the other faculty members as well as, and you are incorporating all these learnings in your teaching learning process. So here I am supposed to present the e-content development, right? Some of you who have attended the course might have something on it, but every time I keep updating all the, because in the online, you have new tools and new things has to be done. And the situation is also going to extend, or it may be a blended learning. So this will be an apt one for all of you to listen, okay? So with this, let me share, just give me a minute, I will be able to share my, yeah, Yes. Hope you are able to see my screen, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Visible, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us discuss about the e-content development. Why it is so important? What is e-content? E-content is nothing but the you can say it's a digital content, and particularly if you are going to talk about the teaching, learning, or in education system, it is any digital content which can be used for learning or for teaching. Okay, and this see there is a paradigm shift from all that there is a paradigm shift from the teacher centered learning to the student centric, okay, or learner centric you can also say. So in that case, now the learners are more important, okay. We have to customize our teaching, learning, the resources, the learning environment, the learning space according to our learners, because in any field, in any profession, the what do you say, the client or the customer or the king. So here the learner. So we, what is the job of the teacher is to facilitate teaching, okay. We have to facilitate teaching. We cannot learn for them, but we can facilitate learning for them, right? So that is a job of the teacher. So in what way we can facilitate, and that too, now for the past 2 years we know that we are undergoing a different unseen, unpredictable thing, right? That is the COVID pandemic and other things. And we do not know whether there is a third way in India or whatever it is. Okay, so in some countries there is fourth way, and here we are in the third way called the Omicron. And of course, yes, government and all the people are taking lot of um, steps or things to at least to arrest it, or at least to prevent it entering into our country or something like that, right? So here we do not know what is going to happen for the education. Today there in the state government, people are planning whether to continue for the online classes for their school children, and what then they will be that is more important, because school education has been affected more than the thing, college or higher education, because the education itself didn't start for some of these children, no? That is a very important thing. So we are in this unpredictable environment, we can say. Okay, it is very volatile. It may disappear tomorrow. Okay, so it is very volatile, very ambiguity is there. All these things are there. So given the condition, how far we can do best so that the education continues, the teaching learning process is not stopping. Okay, so here we have to appreciate the teacher community, the teacher fraternity. That is, everyone has adopted themselves or adopted many technologies and adapted themselves for online teaching, hybrid teaching, blended teaching, flipped teaching or flipped learning. All these things are there. Why? In order to facilitate learning. And here particularly I am going to talk about the e-content and other things, where in that if you look into it, I have planned in such a way that we need to know the learner characteristics and what are the innovative interactive teaching methods, and then how to manage the technology, particularly the second one, that is managing the learning materials. Of course, I'm not going to talk about the managing students, but what is required for it, the element of it I'm going to talk, and then packaging the content and delivery. Okay. So this is how I'm going to take you through the session. Okay. So if you look into the learner characteristics, okay. So here they are multimodal learners. When I say multimodal learners, you might be knowing that in the previous, like there are different learning styles. Okay. And these are some of the principles of learning we should know. Okay, as we are in the teaching field, we should know every learner is unique. Okay, they have a unique learning style, right? And there are different types of learners, I can say: visual learner, auditory learner, kinesthetic learner, and then you can also say deductive learner, inductive learner, sequential learner, holistic learner, and then what? Yeah, they are slow learners, fast learners. So every learner is unique. They have the learning style. Given the time and the learning resources, everyone can learn. Okay. So that is very, very important, which is very, very essential, which is possible nowadays due to technology. You can make it. Okay. There is where you can there is a learning space where it can be personalized, right? Personalized means, see, I need some more time. You might be a very fast learner, I am a slow learner. Okay, if more time is given for me to understand the concept of the procedure, yes, time should be given for me. And then maybe I like to learn by doing, right? So when I do, I understand more. In that case, there should be a provision for making, what is it? By doing, they can learn. Some will be very comfortable with visuals like videos or charts or graphs, something like that, right? So everybody is unique. How to cater to all type of learners, and particularly if you see this particular generation, Generation Z. See, I can say that there are different generation. I belong to Generation X. That is, I am a what do you say? A digital migrant born between 1960s and 1980s. The people who are born much earlier, before 1960s, they are called the baby boomers. Okay, that is after the World War II. Like many babies were born, so the name has been kept as baby boomer. Fine. And then we have this Generation X. Then what to name? Okay, they kept X, then YZ, like that, right? So then people who are born after 1980s to 2000, they are called the Generation Y. And then people who are born after, what is it, 2000, they are called Generation Z. So the present day learners whom you are going to address, whom you are going to teach, okay, they are the Generation Z learners. The way you and I, you might be, some might be Generation Y, some might be Generation X, but none of you might be in Generation Z learners. Okay, we are all teachers. Okay, but your students are in Generation Z. Fine. The way we learned was totally different. The way the present day students are learning, right? It is all, they are having a different mindset. Okay, there are a lot of things available to them because the information is ubiquitous. I can just recall my way of learning, like during, I can like generally it can be very unique also, but generally putting the access to the information was very, very difficult. Okay, it was only through the books, and the books was available in the library. It was expensive, right? And we have to depend upon book banks or the libraries or the copies of these books. We used to make Xerox copies, that too one copy only will be available. So many things like, and we never had internet. Though I was computer science and engineering, after I completed my thing, only in my principal's room there was an internet. That too, I was the first person to install all this Netscape Navigator, those browsers. Now those things have already gone, right? You have different Chrome and Safari, and then what is it, Firefox, and all those things, right? And it has been built, and we had that Netscape Navigator, and it was not accessible by everyone. Now if you see your students, information is ubiquitous and everyone can access the information. So they are very good at discovering information, right? But with that information, what you can do, right? See, let us say you have lot of information around you, like raw material. Cement is there, sand is there. Even sand is also difficult to get. No, you have that black sand. Okay, all right. And all these raw materials are available. With that, what is the use? Okay, you need someone, okay, to construct a building or a temple or a house, so that, or a school or whatever it is, so that we live in. So the construction of that is called so the raw material is the information, and you construct the knowledge and skill to our students so that they do it, right? So they are, but when you are going to just say the information or give the same information, we don't have a role, because they will say, okay, you need not repeat anything, whatever is in that book. Then what else we have to do it in our class? So yeah, that's a good question, right? Then definitely the students, the present day students are having a shorter attention span. The research says it is around 7 to 10 minutes. It was 10 to 12 minutes. Now it is 7 to 10 minutes. They have a shorter attention span, and they prefer a flexible learning environment. They prefer a very relaxed environment. They prefer an informal simulating environment. Okay, so they prefer active learning. That is very, very important. Note it, because active collaborative learning is the next thing, right? So they don't want to be passive, sitting in the class, listening for hours together, right? So then, see, learning will never happen, okay? When, see, I can also recall the proverb, no? I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand. It's a very old Chinese proverb, which says that, okay, maybe if I talk for about the machines for 1 hour, they will all listen to me, maybe physically present, mentally absent. And that too in online classes, we do not know whether they are physically present also, isn't it? Everybody gives attendance, and they do some other work just to save the bandwidth. We say, okay, switch off your mute your microphone and switch off your videos. In that sense, what happens? We do not know what is happening on the other side, right? So how, even whether it is in the online class or whether it is in the in the face-to-face class, you have to, as a teacher, we have to adopt the active learning strategies. That is very important, okay? So then they prefer interaction and collaboration. So you have to inculcate this one, because you must be knowing the 21st century skills, learning skills, that is the communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity and innovation. These are the 21st century learning skills. So whether in our curriculum we inculcate these skills in our teaching learning process during our classes, they need not go for separate thing, okay? So we have to do that in our courses itself, whatever we are handling. So we have to understand how far we are able to meet the course outcomes which has been given in our curriculum. That is very important. So if everybody is going to meet the curriculum, that is a course outcome for every courses, ultimately the program outcome will be met, right? Then yes, they would prefer an experiential learning, okay? They want to learn from experience, okay? And they are very comfortable with the technology, and they are multitasking, they can do many tasks at a time, and they are extremely relational, okay? Extremely relational. That means here, because the present day learners, that is particularly the generation Z learners, or I can say any adolescent in any generation, if you see that they are very emotionally sensitive, okay, for small, maybe for a failure in their exam or failure in their love. they go for an extreme action, right? That is, they go for the suicide and other things. In that case, see, that time they are not able to think properly, take decision. Here, the teacher plays a very vital role. Okay, so appreciation, motivation, encouragement, all these are required. You cannot make think they are adult. Okay, they are still in the late adolescent age. Okay, they are very, they have, because of their hormonal things and because of all those things, they are very sensitive. So it is very important. So not only we as a teacher, we should give the cognitive intelligence. See, actually there are 5 intelligence required in this 21st century, I can say. One is the cognitive intelligence, that is the knowledge part, right? Cognitive intelligence. Another one is the emotional intelligence. Okay, so how to balance it, right? When you want to work in a place, or when you want to work in your live a happy life in your family or place or wherever it is, emotional intelligence is also required. See, it is a very stressful kind of environment. We should know how to handle the stress and other things. Otherwise, it will be very difficult in this thing. And then social intelligence, that is very important. So much of networking, collaborations are there. So we should know that is the social intelligence. So what did I say? Like cognitive intelligence, then emotional intelligence, social intelligence, and moral intelligence, or ethical, or you can say moral or ethics, right? Moral intelligence, and then the spiritual, finally the spiritual intelligence. Okay. See, it is a world where we have to live happily, right? So we are educating our students or the future generation. Why? For what? To use the science and technology to make our life simple, happy, and we should know which is good, which is wrong. Why we have to fight about many things? See, if you take any media or paper, press or whatever it is, a lot of things are there where people do all these things and trouble themselves as well as the environment or as well as the society. Okay, so as in an education or for anybody to survive very happily in this, and you should be having these 5 types of intelligence. Here the school or that is the learning environment plays a vital role. And yeah, of course they learn a lot from peers. Okay, so these are the general learner characteristics. Why I should talk about all these things? Because we should cater to the needs of our learners, right? So that is more important. See, whatever I know I teach means what is there. Okay, so that is not required. So we should make our students learn, right? So I have already told you what is multimodal learning, why it is important, because there are many learning styles to cater to different types of learners. We need multimodal learners, and nowadays, first is accessibility is possible nowadays. So everywhere the internet is available, okay, either slow or everywhere it is available. The NKN, National Knowledge Network, that is the Government of India through NMICT, is providing bandwidth for every educational institutions and government organization. So NKN that is first for everything, for online or for the technology or for the present situation. Backbone of all these things is a network. Okay, so network should be available whether you are sitting in the city or in the rural or wherever it is. The network is the backbone. So now that is what every country is what is it, is striving to provide the internet facility to every person. Then only they can be connected, right? So NKN, National Knowledge Network, is providing free bandwidth to up to some level, or if you are, let us say, even from IIT to any small village school. So they have the liability to provide the internet connection, right? That is there. And so now accessibility is not the problem. Okay, having the network, Then comes the device, right? They should have some device to connect it, right? Fine. So everyone now, of course, during the previous regime, people were given laptops for their what is it, for the students, right? And now because of this pandemic, everyone might have some type of access, okay, the smartphone or a laptop or a desktop, so that they have to continue their education. So it is becoming like this. So wherever it is not possible, they are finding a different way of doing it. And low cost devices like Akash tablet, many things have there. Whoever is not able to afford all those things, either the government or the institute has to provide that, right? Okay, having the internet and having a device, okay, then what next? The content, e-content should be there, right? So the that is the content should be there, no? So if you have internet and a device, and if there is no learning material, okay, internet gives me a very, very big things, right? Like what not, good, bad, very bad, everything is available in the internet, okay? But if we do not push, okay, if we do not push our content onto the net, then our students will not be able to access it. See, for a small child or for a school, college, in higher education also, there are so many advertisements, so many things, distraction available in internet, right? So how you can focus it? How can you make our students not to see that and see the content? So that is a challenge for every teacher. First of all, the content should be available and the content should be engaging so that the students participate in learning, right? So this, the multimodal, that is the knowledge construction, using this thing, the knowledge can be constructed using the information, the knowledge can be constructed, okay, it can be added to their learners memory, and they can integrate it and they can represent it in multiple representation to improve the learning outcomes. So now if you see on the net, see for the learning, how it can be made enjoyable, how it can be made fun. It is very boring, I know. Learning is boring. Okay, that too, if you say that, okay, if you, just see something or play a video game, people will really enjoy doing that. But when you say open your books or open the mobile or net and then see the content, they don't like it, right? So how we can, that's a biggest challenge for all the teachers or for all the instructors who are in this teaching in this present condition. How to make it? Very few people are self-motivated. And the second thing is self-motivation. Okay, if they are self-motivated, that's good. We have a less job. But if you see that, motivated learners learn more. Okay, motivated learners learn more. In that case, okay, so 1 second. So I've been talking for a long time. Okay, let me put it in the chat, right? Okay. So what type of learning environment do you provide to your students? You can put it in the chat. Okay, I'll be happy to see it. What type of learning, online learning environment? Or I can simply straight away ask you, what is the LMS you're using? Any LMS you are using? If you're using LMS, you say yes, and then say what LMS are you using it? Are you there? Yes? Yes, Google Classroom, Moodle, yeah, admin is saying, what about others? Should I call by name? Kalpana, WebEx. WebEx is a video conferencing tool. Very good. Cisco WebEx. Okay, that's a video conferencing tool. Jayalakshmi, yes. Okay. Google Classroom. Aravind Kumar, Zoom. Okay. Okay. Hub Center, Nazar, right? Then see, let us say, I'm going to tell that to teachers teaching in engineering or polytechnic colleges, you should know 5 types of technology. First of all, I call them as a TPAC. I'll just say TPAC. I have a. Do you know what is TPAC framework? TPAC framework. Anybody here? What is TPAC framework? T stands for technological. P stands for pedagogical. And C stands for content. Content, and then K is knowledge. Technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge. What does it mean? As a teacher, you are having the content knowledge, isn't it? So let me share a notepad. Okay, let's try to. I'll just share it. Okay, let me put it. See. See, TPAC. Hope you are able to see. See, T stands for technology, P stands for pedagogical, and content knowledge. See, content, see, content knowledge, this everybody, you're aware of it, isn't it? This is what to teach, what to teach. So you might be a civil engineering teacher or a professor, or you might be a chemistry teacher or mathematics teacher or a computer science teacher, whatever it is. So you have acquired the graduation, post-graduation, PhD, whatever it is, and then you have come to a stage where you are able to disseminate that information in that content. So the content knowledge is what to teach. Next one is pedagogical knowledge. Pedagogical. Next one is a pedagogical knowledge. Right? So this is how to teach. How to teach. This is how to teach. Right? How to teach. And then the next is the technological knowledge. Technological knowledge. Okay? This is, you should have the technology for disseminating the content, right? How to teach, what to teach, and the technological knowledge is very, very important. Okay, so all the 3 type of knowledge is important for the teachers. So now you are able to say, I'm just spelling. Okay. See, this is called the TPAC framework. So what are the technological knowledge? See, as a teacher, apart from your things, let us say you're a mechanical teacher, you might be knowing the CAD, Civil, and all those things, or the civil, you might be knowing the BIM or any other software for structural analysis and other things. And for an electrical or electronics teacher, might be knowing about the MATLAB or Scilab or Skylab or any and software related to your discipline. Okay. Apart from this, what else? Apart from this, what do you want to know? So for a teaching learning purpose, you should have the 5 things. Okay. So can you just put it, what are the 5 types of technology? What are the 5 types of technology? What are the 5 types of technology? Technologies that a teacher should know, should use. Okay. What are the 5 types of technology that right? You got it? So you can put it in the chat. What are the 5 types of technology that a teacher should use it? What are the 5 types of technology that a teacher should use it? ICT. Yeah, that is ICT is the information communication technology. Particularly, can you be more particular? That too, during this COVID situation, you can imagine, you can just think about what are the different types of technologies you were using during this pandemic, particularly in the online teaching. Okay, so that is a clue, because even after the new norm or even during the blended learning, this is going to continue. So every teacher should know how to use it. Yeah, PPT, yeah, that is the presentation slides, okay? Yes, any web platform like, okay, that is what? Okay, Edmodo, Edmodo, Edmodo. Edmodo is an LMS, okay? PPT, videos, virtual labs, Edmodo, right? Then anything else? Anything else? Okay, let me present it. Okay, just keep giving your points. And we were talking about this. Yeah, I was telling that traditional teaching method. Now, in the learner centric, you are no more a stage on the stage. You are guide, we are guide by the side. We are also called the co-constructor of learning, facilitator, resource person. Okay, so I can also recall that advertisement by Baiju. No, they'll say you are no more a parent, you are a partner. So we are no more a teacher, we are also co-learners, co-constructors of learning, right? Fine. This is what, yeah, I have this, the TPAC, the technological pedagogical content knowledge. Okay, so a teacher should have this one, or both. The content knowledge should be there, the pedagogical knowledge should be there, and the technological knowledge. Okay, that is very important. What, see, yeah, this I'll come to that later. Okay, 1 second. These are the 5 types of technologies is required. First is LMS. It can be Edmodo, Google Classroom, or Moodle, or what is Canvas. There are hundreds of LMS. So we should be very clear. Okay, don't mix up all the terminologies. Learning management system is a software or an application where the instructor or the teacher shares the resources and the activities and assignments with the students. Okay, so this is a platform. So why we are going to share it? See, when you are if you are going to put it on your website, then anybody can access it, right? It can be open or it can be accessed. But your teaching learning process, you want to know who your students are, how do they learn, how much they learn, when do they learn, all these things. If you want to know the analytics And if you know how much you want to measure their learning, then you should use an LMS. And it has become a mandatory that every teacher has to use an LMS. Either first of all, the institute should provide the environment. The institute or the department should have an LMS. In most of the cases, now the institute is providing a very good campus LMS, right? You have an environment where you can have this LMS integrated with your students' information system. So you can personalize it with your IT department, or you can outsource it, or you can use their free open source software. Okay, so now this is going, so everyone should work on it, right? Learning, you have to know what any one or two LMS. Okay, one is the institute will be providing the platform. Say if the institute is customizing the Moodle platform and giving to you, use it. Or Google, or if the institute is having the Google Suite, then use the Google Classroom. Or if your institute is purchasing for you the Canvas platform, use it. Edmodo, Teachment. There are many hundreds of LMS. But at least more than one you should know. Okay, one is for your thing, and let us say if you want to have your own online classes also, you can have it on the cloud based. So that is Moodle is a free and open source. Moodle, Canvas, and Google Classroom are most of them very popular, and many people are using it. So that is the first technology. Second is the video conferencing software. So here people were saying, no, like Zoom, Cisco WebEx, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, all these are all video conferencing software where you need the synchronous learning. Synchronous learning means, see, now I am available, you are also available, so both are at the same time. So teaching learning process takes, like your classes, online classes. For that you need a software that is called the video conferencing software. It can be anything. It can be a Google Meet, it can be Zoom, Cisco WebEx, then what else? Go to Webinar. There are many again, like Big Blue Button, whatever it is, right? So that is a second technology. Third is the learner engagement software. Here, the teacher should know how to use these things, because how to engage the students in the class is the biggest challenge, I know. Like whenever I ask in the training program, okay, when I ask our teacher or faculty members who are attending, they'll say always, madam, how to manage the students in the class. We do not know how, whether they are listening to us or not, whether they are actively participating or not. So that is the most challenge we have to address. So unless otherwise the learning is engaging, we cannot do that, right? How to make it? So what is the first thing is, see, if it is your online classes, then you should know, you should have some online tools to know or measure whether they are using. Okay, let us have some discussion on learners engagement software. So let me just go here. Okay, I'll stop sharing. Okay, so what are the different types of learner engagement software you are using it in your teaching learning process? Can you just put it in the chat? I want it from everyone, because everyone is teaching, right? I want it from everyone, so I want to know who are the people who are what are the tools you are using in your teaching learning process. So it will help others also to come across all these things. Yes, very good. Kalpana said Slido, Menti, right? Then electronic, late. Slate or later? Okay, smart board. Yes. See, Mentimeter, then Mentimeter, then Slido, poll everywhere. Okay, poll everywhere, and then word wall, Slido, smart board, or you can say whiteboard. This is first I'm asking about the things. What is it? The online, during your online. See, if you are using it in your face-to-face, you might be using, or in blended also, you can say that, yes, PPT you will be using. But PPT is only a teacher material. It is not a learner's material. See, in those days, teacher used to take notes and then look into it and teach. Now we are looking at the PPTs and we are teaching. So it is a teacher's material. How you can convert the teacher's material into a learner material? See, I'm just, let us say, if a student is absent or if they are not attending, to some reason, the student is absent. If you are not attending, if you are only sharing the PPTs, will it be helpful for the students to know what it is? They might know what are the things you have covered, but what is inside it, what the explanation you have given, unless otherwise they read out on their own or they hear from somewhere, they cannot do it, right? So that is not a full learning resources or content which will be helpful. So for that, to convert that PPT, your presentation slides, into a instruction material or a learning resource for your students. So nowadays everybody is using OBS, no? Do you use it? Open broadcast system, OBS, right? So what happens here is you have this OBS, right? So you can record your thing. So we do train, give train all those things, right? So I think it is available in your training program also. I saw your schedule. Yes. So that is a wonderful tool where you can share the whole recording of your slides as well as your, what is it? Your or teaching and all those things. So it's a wonderful tool. Everyone has to learn how to use this OBS, right? So that is, then you can do it. Or if not using OBS, some other software like Microsoft presentation or even Microsoft PPT, you can also record with your voice. The PPTs you can record with your voice, or you can use screencastifying, or you can use some other tool where you can, along with your explanation, you can use it. Then it becomes a learning resources. Okay. For collaborative, what are the tools you are using? Are you using Padlet? Are you aware of Padlet? How many people here out of around the 60 people? Okay, I can say around 58 people are attending this session. How many people are using Padlet in your teaching learning process? How many people are using Padlet? Just say me, yeah, Ajita is saying yes, good, very good. Anybody else? See, this is a wonderful tool and a very easy tool, right? So then what is the special in it is like somebody word wall, like it is a wall, okay, like a poster where you can post anything. So you can use it for the students to post their assignments. Not only teachers. See, in Google Classroom, when the students are submitting their assignment, what happens? What happens? Like only the teacher can see the assignments, right? Or the report or whatever it is. So the students will not see, they can see their own assignments. You can also use it for posting it in the Padlet, right? So let me just see, it's a very simple tool. I can just take few minutes to demonstrate. Do you want to know about Padlet? If you say yes, I will do a small demonstration now. Very fine. Yes. Okay, okay. Okay, so let me share my screen. So you can Padlet. So very nicely to saying you're beautiful. Right. Okay. So, and Padlet can be integrated in the Google Classroom also, right? And Padlet can be integrated in Canvas, and many things are there, right? And then let us say, just go to this login. Already I have logged in. If you have not logged in, so if you have not registered, first of all, okay. See, you can create a login for you, right? You can create, let me say, see here, okay. So it is for a class, you can have one or two, or if you are handling 2 or 3 classes, you can have Padlet for each class. For one, then you can also take a backup, and then because for the free version, it will allow 5 Padlets, okay, fine. And then you can log out and log in, or you can, let us say, for example, already I have logged in. If you have not created, it is all free only. You can register and you can log in. You can also log in using this Google or Facebook, all those things, right? Okay, fine. So now let me say that, okay, here I have one good thing, which I am using it for my Swayam course, okay. See, I have given an assignment for the students to do it, that is the teacher participants or whoever it is. So they have done their work. It is on a voice thread, and they have done that work and they have posted in this thing, okay. So if you see that there are many people, all their work, around more than 267 people have posted their work in this course, okay. So let me go here. Okay, just see, okay, this was on the dental college. Let me remove something. Okay, see, this is how they post it, no. So I you can create a wall. In the wall, like a post-it, they can put it whatever they want, they can write it, okay. So you can tell them to give their they can post the presentation slides, their images, the videos, everything here, right? And they can connect it to here. So let me just give me a minute. Okay, so here I'm just going to make a Padlet, just going to click, and there can be many things, like let us say the templates are available. You can use it as a wall or a stream or a grid or whatever it is. You can select it. So that is what selecting. So then here, welcome to your beautiful new Padlet. This is my pick. You can give, okay. You can give here, okay, whatever the title you want to give, right? So let us say technology enabled, okay, TL, something like that, okay. And then you can give some icons or whatever you want, or you can give some colors, or you can also go in for pictures, whatever you want, you can do it, okay, like a blackboard, or let us say something like this. So it will happen, right? So you can create it whatever you want it. This is a wallpaper. Right. Then you can create the font attribution. If you want to know who has given, you can just do it. See, then which post has to come first? Okay, first or last. You can choose whatever you want it, right? Whether if you want to moderate, sometimes no, if the students are posting, before posting, if you want to see what they are posting, then you can also moderate that. That is also there, okay. All these things are available. You can now see require approval, means you can make it on, So after approving the teachers only, they or whoever has created, they can put it on, it will be available for the others. So sometimes that will help you, right? Because your students are so, what is it called? They are not fully matured, or sometimes they tend to do something wrong. They should not be put in that place, right? So, right, next. Okay, so you can filter that also. So that's all. You can set the color, set the settings. Okay, so whenever you want to make any change, go to the settings and put all those things, right? And then you can just share this one with the students. Okay, copy the link, or you can also get the QR code, or you can embed in your blog or your website, share it on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter, share it on your Google Classroom also, or you can share it with anything, right? So that is, if you are having a Google Classroom or Moodle or Canva, you can also share that link, as because it is having a strong complaint, so you can put it, share it with anything, right? So then, okay, or you can embed in this blog or code. So very simple. I'm copying this, going here, pasting it here. Okay, so I have pasted that code. Now, this is like a collaborative learning. Okay, for this it is very useful. Let me know, let me put it here. So I have shared this code, and you can just click that link and start posting it. Okay, just a plus mark is there. You tell what type of, you introduce yourself. Okay, and you can put wishes for the new year. Okay, so you introduce yourself and put it, and then give some wishes for the whole world, or prayers, or whatever it is on this wall. I'm just giving as a, this is just a practice session to do it. So I'm just requesting all of you, so some practice, right? Like, this is a very simple tool which your students will like, right? So whatever, even I have done it for assignment posting, or I have done it for the feedback. I have done it for many things like this, right? And later you can save this also, save it, take a backup and save it, right? So I'm just giving you 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, you be creative. Okay, how do you introduce yourself? If you want, you can put a photo of you, or a picture, or a video, whatever it is. Just see how it is going to happen and how others are going to see it. I've also showed you other one, no, like this one. Yes. Did you get this, or is it working? I hope it should work. Are you trying it? I'm not, I want you to try it, right? Give your inputs. So, yeah, I can see 3 people are working on it. Then after that, you say post it, right? So this is for from the dental college. Advance Happy New Year, Anonymous. Okay. Right. You have to introduce yourself. No, you should not be like this. Yes, I'm so and so. Then only you will know. And I'll also say, if somebody likes it, no, you can also gamify. You can make it interesting. See, see, reaction. Reaction is very helpful, no? So when they love some post, I can give some likes, no, likes, votes, stars. So that also you can make it. So I can just say, okay, somebody likes it, or give stars for it, or whatever it is. So let us say like post. Even you can give grades also. Now I'm not going to use it. You can use it grading, starring, voting. These are simple gamifying, I can say. See, gamifying is like it will be interesting, no? The students can read others post also, and if it is very interesting, they will put one star or a like symbol like that. Okay, you can do that. Good, 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 very interesting. So I'm Sundaresan, left, left, left to physics, state, no problem. So physics teacher is always teaching in talking in physics, huh? Right. Nice. Thank you very much, ma'am. Extremely insightful discussion. So much thanks. Okay, good session and Sundaresan. Search for Marathonum. Your session is very interesting. What did I ask you to do? What are you telling? Huh? I told you to introduce. Okay, good session. You're giving feedback. Huh? Okay, nice interactive session. Good. So try to put some image. Try to put some. Even with your webcam, also you can take photos. So much of things are available. You can just record your voice also, and you can put it. You can test it. All these things. Okay. A lot of things are there. So and people can read others also, and if they like it, okay, okay, I can just put stars, and you can also say like everyone can do it. Okay, so like this. Okay, Gandhi. Okay, your Gandhi. Okay, Gandhi is talking about Karamcha MK Gandhi. Right, good, good, good. Okay, right. So like this we can do it. What about others? Tomorrow submit your record notes. Post button. This is very nice. Good, good. Okay, happy see you. Very nice. Wishes Allah. Like you can tell your students also to put all their presentation slides or whatever it is. Good. So admin, okay, admin has put this banner. Good, very good. So these tools are for us to use it in a very creative way, actually, to make the learning interesting. And why I was talking about the learner characteristics is there. See here they can see that too in this pandemic we are not, the students have not seen them. You know, like the at least to some extent colleges were open. They were able to see the other people, and they were really surprised to see their friends, no, because they are sitting for so many days inside the house. They all have put weight. They have grown in different shapes. Okay, so I can see that. I was seeing those reaction when they were doing all these the first day, and after that again we do not know. But this is and here, no, like in online, not only within the class, even if you are taking an online class for anyone outside any, like let us say on this YM platform, you are offering a course, or as an freelancer, you are offering a course for your students, or for a particular set of students, you want to give them some additional information. You can create some groups, and then you can make it possible. You can share the resources. They can share the resources. Here, the collaboration will come. Okay, they can actively participate in all those things. See, that is how I have given very nice, like people have given all your inputs here, right? This what I'm just demonstrating here. Yeah? Fine. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Good. So you can see if you have created your login, then you will get like this, okay, with your names. If you have not created, see, anonymous means you might not have the account. Sundaresan sir has already an account, so it is coming. If you create an account, then you will get it, right? So that is how. And if you don't want to know who has posted it also, you can make it possible like that also. So it depends. Okay, attribution, if I remove it, what happens? See, the attribution is not there. Okay. So whose post is there? So this, like whenever we want to give some work and then tell them to get, okay, how many likes or how many stars you get, that will be the best presentation for the class. In the class, we will give some assignments. In that case, what happens is we need not put this one. Okay, like that you can do it. So all these are different things which you can. It's a very simple tool which I have been using for more than 5 years. If you see my dashboard, so if you see that, uh, 3 months. This is 3 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago, like all these things we were doing it, and afterwards, previously it was giving lot of freedom, like what happened, like for more than 10 we can have now. Many people started using, so he has put it. It is after more than 5 walls, if I have it, I have to pay for it. So what I do is, see, at a time during a course, okay, you might require three, at the most five. The other things, what you can do is you can archive. You can archive and keep it. Okay, you can archive and keep it in your thing. So if you just click on it, you can archive and keep it, and then it will be stored. And whenever you want it. So this is archive. Like this is one thing. So like if you have many things, you can have that, right? So that is there. So coming back. How can I join? Please. I'll just click on the URL which I have posted in the chat box. Okay, I have posted in the chat box. Click on it. When I click on it, just like this, it will open, and you can start posting. Okay, the plus mark is there, no? Just if I click on it, like this, it will. You can just write the subject, write something beautiful. Okay, you can choose your own color. Okay, you can choose one color and then write something. Welcome to. Okay, then publish. See, this is, see, I have chosen the color also and have put it like this. People have used. Got it, madam? Is it a direct link, madam? Yeah, yeah. Just see, whenever I'm using, what you ask? Even, okay, sorry. See here, you go to this settings, go to the settings, and share. Go to the share, and then see, you can share it in any way. See, I can share, like I just copied and copy to the clipboard and pasted it there. Or even I can get a QR code. I can say, okay, this is the QR code. Use this QR code. You can put it in your PDF file. Use this QR code, and then or in your handout material. Okay, to submit your assignments, use this QR code. You can attach it to the Padlet. Students, they are using mobile. They can scan it and submit. right? Or you can send it through email. You can embed it in so many ways. You can share it on Twitter also. You can share it on, see, if I'm saying share it on Google Classroom, so immediately it will open my Google Classroom. So I have many classrooms, okay? So all my classrooms will be there. So if whatever I wanted, okay, I wanted to post it, okay, now ITDM, so this was like these things. If I wanted to post it, I can choose any one, okay, like let us say this one. I can go, I can just see whether you want to create as an assignment or an ask a question or make an announcement or create a material, whatever you want it, okay? If you want it to be an assignment, you can create it as an assignment. If you wanted to make it as an announcement also, you can make it. So according to it, you can choose it and then say go, it will get connected. Okay, got it? Okay, right, good. Okay, let me close all these things, come back to our presentation. It's a simple tool. Like there are many tools, okay? There are n number of tools available. This is a wonderful tool, one of this. Then you can also use Think Link. That is another tool. Okay, one second. Where is my presentation? Yeah, so there are multiple possibilities. That is what I have used it. So what you can say is, see, you can use Kahoot, quizzes. There are many things which you can gamify it, thinking, n number of tools like flashcards, okay, all these things. And then, yeah, then you have the assessment tools from simple to complex proctored exams. So you should know, I think everybody knows how to use Google Forms, okay, and then how to you give it as a formative assessment, right? And of course, the most important in our science and engineering is the labs, laboratories, that too particularly in online. Or see, not only during, even before this pandemic, virtual labs were created. We never thought it was just to help any one, like let us say if the facility is not available in the, what do you say, the facility is not available in your college or in your institute. So you should be, because all people cannot, in a rural place, they cannot go and get all the equipments like for biotechnology, nanotechnology. These equipments are very costly. See, they may be acquiring in time. So in that cases, some of the things you can use it, the virtual labs. Even before the pandemic, people were using this virtual lab, and after this pandemic, it has become a must that everybody was using it. So for your knowledge sharing, for simulations are available. I think everyone has to visit vlabs.co.in. Okay, go there, see if you get to a particular thing. So here, I think you might be knowing, I am not going in deep in that because you have to explore. I'm just giving vlab.co.in, vlab.co.in, okay? So that is the thing. So you can go here and you can find out what are the, according to your discipline, you can go and you can check it up. See, there are so many laboratories available, okay? And if you go to any thing like basic electronics lab, so here the students can get the list of experiments here. Okay, what are the familiarization with resistor, capacitor, inductors, Ohm law, all those things. Okay, then they can just to start with that. They can learn what it is, right? See, all the knowledge part of it is given. Okay, so they can learn how the resistors are there, and not only that, see, there is a quiz associated with that. So okay, they can see it is all, they can check their knowledge, whatever they have learned, and then do it, the reference. And then if you go to some of the things, you can have simulations also. Okay, so let us say, yeah, see, simulation is there. Okay, halfway rectifier, for full way rectifier, all those things are there. So they can do it through this. They can have the simulation. They can learn because they cannot come to your institute, practice it, or let us say, even after they come to your institute, tell them, go, say, tomorrow is your experiment, halfway rectifier, or whatever it is. For example, I'm saying, okay, everybody go and access this. This is open, everybody can access it. So take all the knowledge part, everything you have to finish, come. Before entering, so they will know what they have to do. So what is a diode? What is the symbol of the diode? When I increase the voltage, what happens? So they can simulate here, no, right? They can simulate here, right? So what is the S position? So they can see the sine wave or ohms. If I increase the what is it? What are the calculations? Channel 1 instruction. Okay, they have to look into the instruction. See, they have to read the instruction, and this is the oscilloscope. Okay, according to the settings, you will get, according to the circuit, you will get it, right? So they can do it, and then that is the knowledge part. They can do it. They can learn the skill, and then they can come to your lab and practice it. So that is what. So for the schools, then you have the PhET simulation also for physics, chemistry. That is also available in the spoken tutorials, like how to use a PhET simulation. There is another one, PHDP. See, all these content you have to give to your students in your LMS. That is what my main thing is. See, this is the PhET simulation. There are so many simulations available. This is for the teachers, for us to use it. And how to use this PhET simulation for physics, chemistry, maths, and earth science and biology, it is available. How to use it is also being given in your spoken tutorials. I think you could have heard about it. See, if you go here, if you go and see the PhET simulation for biology, PhET simulation for chemistry, physics, chemistry, all those things. How to use those experiments in your for your teaching learning. It is available in English, so you can just search. So then, see, introduction to PhET simulation, state of matter, bending light. You can directly go and learn, but still, how to make use of it, they are giving it in audio form, because here directly also you can use it, but it is the text form. See how they are giving in variety of ways, because since it is an open source, it is being done by University of Colorado, right? Then the government of India through NMICT project, IIT Madras is giving the audio version of it, right? So how to use all these projectile motion and all those things. So every physics teacher or chemistry or whatever, they can use these things and they can tell the students the learning, because they are learning by doing. No? So when they come to the institute also, you may not provide the instruments, everything for everyone at any time, isn't it? So in that cases, you have some schedule, timetable, then only lab will be open and all those things. So these are the small simulations available online, which will make their concepts clear. So they can work on these concepts and they can make their learning possible, right? So because they are doing, see, simulation is whenever you give your inputs, only according to that only the outputs will get. So it will not do, and it is different from animation. Animation means it will show you animated one. Simulation is getting a response from the person who is using it. Okay, so this is also coming under the learning by doing, right? So in this pandemic, these things have come across very, like a lot of people. If you see the statistics, how many people have used for their schools and college all around the world, over 1 billion simulation delivered, right? So there were only 161 interactive simulation. So many people and teachers, many people have given different submitted lessons are there. So, but see, these 161 has been used by 1 billion people, right? In different ways, in different schools, colleges, everywhere, right? So, coming back to our thing. So, the 5 types of technologies every teacher should know. One is the LMS, another one is a video conferencing software, another one is a learners engagement software. That there are plenty of possibilities, plethora of tools are available. And then the assessment tools, this is very important in any teaching learning process. Assessment tools are very important. And then you have the virtual labs, right? Virtual labs I showed, vlab.co.in, and then FET simulation. Okay, these are the things. And for how to use that, you can also go into these spoken tutorials and make use of it. Learn it and then use it. Okay, okay. Yeah, then, okay, let me see. Fine. Yeah. Then the next, before that, see, this is also there. Like whenever you're teaching, use the most innovative and interactive teaching methods, because that only will help the students to learn more. Okay, and use the technology also. When you're using the technology, see, nowadays everybody is going for every institute has to go for accreditation, right? So because we have to show how good we are, isn't it? The showcasing of ourselves, the institute, that because in order to attract projects, in order to attract students, in order to be accountable to our stakeholders, we have to do that. We have to go for accreditation. When you're going for the accreditation, lot of things has to be done. You should not go in for the old teaching method, because see, when you have to use a technology, students can learn at any time, anywhere. And you can also, one of the graduate attribute is lifelong learning. Lifelong learning. You should teach them to learn, right? Not the you cannot learn for them. See, always there is a saying, okay, teach them how to fish instead of giving a fish a day, right? So if you teach them how to fish, they will know and they can do it. The same way, we should not spoon feed them. Okay, we have to give them all the resources, but uh, we have to make them also learn, use those resources and learn. Okay, not to the examination point of view, because okay, I do understand, like our assessment is still our examination, lot of reforms has to be done. Just go. I do not know how many of you in this batch have read the AACT examination reforms, which was published in, okay, I'll just, have you read it? Just say yes or no, because it is, tell me, have you read AICT examination reforms, which was published in November 2018? Yeah, Nazir, yes, yes. Only one, yes. How about others? Anyone? See, it is not right or wrong. Okay, if you say no problem. I will just, you can go and say AICT examination reforms. See, this is the examination reforms, because we have to do a lot of things. Okay, like if you just go whenever you have some time, you just spend some time on it. So what they are saying, they talk about the Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, and then the creativity, that is yeah, competency. See, they want to measure the competencies. How to measure the competency? That is what. See, long back we were telling about all these things, but we were not implementing it, right? Just go and check it out. Okay, I'm not. So, in order to inculcate these attributes, the competencies, the knowledge and skill, we have to uh, actually the competency is the creativity. See, even in Bloom's taxonomy, the highest thing is the creativity. The higher order thinking is analyze, evaluate, and create. Are we giving the scope for our students to analyze, evaluate, and create? No, we are just stopping in the basic thing itself. Remember, understand, at the most apply. That's all. We don't make our students think, analyze, no, not even in the class. Then how do we put some questions in our examination? Immediately they'll say out of syllabus, very difficult. Madam is asked, she taught me something and she's asking me something. So all these things will come. Okay, there will be a big hue and cry. So in that case, our teaching and learning should inculcate the higher order thinking skills. So in that way, you can use these types of um, new methodologies like flipped classroom. Give them the material, share the content with them. Okay, it can be a video content, audio content, or a concept map, or whatever it is, or a textbook or a material you share with them. Tell them to read that chapter or a topic and come discuss on it. Why it is happening? Why not like this? See, lot of things you can, and you can get wonderful answers from the students. Just try it out. You put some very simple question, right? So you will get beautiful different type of answers from your students, which we could have never thought about it. You have to make them ask questions, tell them to think. So you will definitely find time. But it is when you start in the beginning, it is very difficult. Our students, because of our school education, because of all those, they will give you hundreds of reasons. They'll say, okay, this madam is not teaching at all, she's asking question. All these things will come in the beginning. Okay, but though, no problem. So you tell them, I have given this note, I will not teach this. That should be very basic and other things. Okay, give them very sufficient material which they can understand. It can be through, you can also give in multimodal way. That is, it can be a text, it can be a video also, because there are a lot of open education resources available. You can use the resources. You can also download the NPTEL videos or MIT OCW and other things which you find it is suitable for your students. You can also give a voiceover on it and then give it to your students. Let them take their own time, 1 or 2 days or 1 week. You put the schedule. When they come to the class, let them discuss about it. And wonderful. If you just keep doing it, you can see at the end of that course, you can see how the students enjoy the classes which you are handling. Beginning, you will have a lot of challenges. I do, I agree with that. Okay, then blended learning, collaborative session, gamification. So any tool you're using, you just say, okay, you have to collect so many points, you have to collect so many likes, you have to collect so many stars. You just make the whole course as a game, goal-oriented. Okay, so the students will like a game, they will do it. So that is left to the teacher. Okay, how you can do it. So if you answer so many questions in the class, I'll give you so many points. And if you collect so many points, you will get 5 marks, something like that. You have to do it. That is called gamification. Because that is why I'm telling all these things is learning is boring. Learning should be made enjoyable and it should be engaging. So our learners will do. So these are the strategies we have to follow. Not only give the content. Content is available, but content in different way. How to use the content to learn, to analyze, to evaluate, and to create. That is more important. Even when you give assignment, you have to critically think how I can redefine the assignment, how I can modify the assignment so that I can inculcate the higher order thinking skill or the 21st century learning skills like communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and what else? Creativity. Yes. So these are the different things. Okay. So here, yeah, in the beginning of the class, everybody will be at the, like, you, after introducing, you bring them to their wavelength. Okay. They will be at the some level. And after the time goes on, the attention span decreases. So its ideal situation is a green one. How to bring it to this level? You have to bring lot of activities in between. That is what I was saying. Okay, lot of activities. So there is formula: 10 minutes of content, 3 to or you can say 3 to 5 minutes of activity. 10 minutes of content, 3 to 5 minutes of activity. 10 minutes of content and 3 to 5 minutes of activity. Your 1 hour will be over, or 55 minutes will be over. Okay, so in that case, the teacher has to bring what the teacher has to take, at least prepare 2 activities for the class. It can be a problem solving, it can be a quiz, or it can be a question answering session, but you have to prepare for that and bring it to the class. So where the students will actively participate, right? So that is called the active learning. There are many activities like what you can say, 1 second, but I have that slide. Yeah. See, like, you can use the polls, you can use think, pair, share, you can use minute paper, summarizing, fill in the blanks, this is 1 to 3 minutes it lasts. Or you can have a breakout room. So if you are using online itself, let us say, then you sorry. If you are using online, you can use breakout rooms, like it is available in Zoom, it is available in Google Meet, right? Or let us say in your class, face to face, there you can use group works, verbal quizzes, problem solving, creating questions. So this, every teacher, for every class, you have to bring at least minimum 2 activities. Okay, collaborative activity, or you can also work on outside the class activities, outside the class, where they can prepare some presentation, or they can make a video, or they can make a presentation. Like these things, if you, for the same topic, instead of telling them to write and submit, you can tell them, okay, make a presentation, group presentation, or a group video. That will help them to inculcate the higher order thinking skills. Okay, so right, fine, I'll come back. So this is what we were discussing, and then 1 second. So these are the implications to the teachers. Long lectures are not recommended. Teaching with technology will have greater impact. Mix up the methods. Use different types of content. That is video clips, podcasts, concept chart, clickers, presentation, and all the tools. And also use, excuse me, also explore micro learning. Micro learning means like small, creating small learning objects. Okay, small, there will be a very difficult terminology in your, what is it, in your course which you're handling. You create a small audio clip or a video clip or some text material, share it in your WhatsApp, share it. So that terminology, they will never forget. Okay. So then if you keep on creating and collecting it, it becomes a good resource. Once if you create it, you can fine tune it next time and you can reuse it always, right? So that is very useful. Like your micro blogging, you have the Twitter. Likewise, you have the micro learning. And definitely everybody should use the learning management system. Okay, LMS, any LMS. Okay. Yeah, collaboration, all these things are all, okay, this I was explaining, fine, doing by myself. Yeah, ICT tools, you have to use all the ICT tools for everything, for capturing, for interpreting, for storing, for transmitting. I'll come to the, yeah. Then see here, managing the students is, one, you have to attention span. Always remember, okay, more than 10 minutes, I should not keep on talking. Talking teacher is not advisable. for today's world. Okay, you have to give them lot of activities. Okay, so attention span. Second is post content. Post content you should give it in different ways. Multimodal learners. Our present day students are multimodal learners. So try to curate beautiful, good audio, video, notes, which is required for your students. Okay, the target, you know about your students. Okay, whether it is in your mother tongue or whether it is in a regional language or whether it is in English, whatever it is, which your students will be able to understand. You collect it and keep it. That is very so curate. You can create yourself. Otherwise, already available. Why you should reinvent the wheel? If something is there, and if you have the what is it, license, open license. If it is open license, you need not ask anybody. Creative Commons. If it is CC, okay, it is all everybody's. Okay, I can use it. I can even redefine, revise according to the license given, and I can make all the changes whatever I wanted, and I can give it to my students. I can share it on even on the net. Okay, there is no plagiarism or prior things. Okay, or copyright issues. If it is a OE, that is open education, or it is like I can say it is an open license or a Creative Commons license content. Okay, then student motivate. Always keep motivating the students. Motivated students will learn more. You have to think how this will be. See, usually we'll have this, no? You should keep on that too. In particularly in online, it is very difficult. Okay, otherwise there will be no touch with the teacher and the students. And then you should keep sending emails. You should keep sending alerts. You should say keep on sending the dates, and then you should tell them, okay, you have to do this, and you should also tell them how to use it. Though they are technology savvy or whatever it is, when you are going to give a new environment assessment, if they do not know or they are not used or not test, there will be a commotion. So there should be a mock test, because the end exam, they'll say my browser is not working, my this is not working, that is not working. Everything you let them check it up and then do it. So, and then always motivate them. Okay, if there is any problem that if it is an extreme case, you can send them to the counselors. And otherwise, in your courses, you have to keep motivating them. You set high standards. The performance standard should be set high. Okay, you should not say, okay, this is okay. No. Set the goal high, right, for them. So that is what, like the cognitive presence, teacher presence, and social presence are very, very important to anyone to have a very good educational experience. So teacher presence is very important. Cognitive, that is the knowledge part, is very important, and the social. See, these three things. Okay, this is available. Now it is cognitive presence is possible even through online. Teacher presence only through online during this, and social presence it is missing, and that is also taken care by online only now. But whether it is online or offline, irrespective of it, these things are very, very important. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Okay. Coming to content. Content can be of anything. It can be a text, image, then what is it, graphics, animation, and all those things. As a teacher, we should know how to see. But there are 1 second. Yeah. See, this can be in different ways. It can be audio, video, simulation, animation, interactives, ebooks, immersive content. This is the most important, right? Immersive content. Immersive content is AR, VR. So this is going to be the future. See, from agricultural age, we went into the industrial age. From industrial age, we went into the information age. From information age, we are entering into the imagination age. Okay, sitting in one place and imagining how Himalayas will be, because we were talking about this even before pandemic. Now it has been happening. Okay, this will go up, but still you can give that feel. Yes, 1 second. Yes, so I'll continue. So the latest is the immersive content. That is, it can be an AR or VR. Okay. So energized book. So the next is the energized books. So how many people have seen AR books? Okay. So you can in a thing you can have what do you say? You can just a book. You can add images. You can add videos. You can add anything to it. Okay. So if you take the e-content, it can be of any forms. Okay, audio, video, simulation, animation, presentations. Okay, it can be a game, it can be a text, it can be an image, or whatever it is. So as a teacher, we should know either to produce our own content or use the existing content. When you say existing content means you have to use the OER, okay, open education resources. So either you can purchase or you can use the freely available. I am not for it. Okay, I am not for this one. I will be interested in talking about all the next three: use of freely available content, self-production material, exchange of existing material in a network with other institutions. Okay, so this is about the e-content. And there are, for each and everything, like for graphics, you have n number of tools. So there are, what is it, proprietary tools, there are open source tools. So for proprietary tools, you have to, you might be knowing, you have to buy. For, what is it, for open source, it is free and open, you can download it, you can create it. So some of the things, like let us say GIMP is an Inkspace, GIMP, all these are all free tools where you can create beautiful images. Okay, Draw.io is an online tool which you can create beautiful flowcharts, circuit diagrams, then anything, any engineering drawing, you can do it with the flowchart. Not a complicated one. A simple engineering drawings can be done with Draw.io. And then the animation tools, there are many tools like there are Blender, then Powtoon. There are n number of these. Blender is a very wonderful tool which is an open source. Okay, where you can create, and this is going to be like there are a lot of scope for people who are learning Blender, GIMP, because the next thing, the whole world is going to be digitized. And what I am going to say is every object. See, if you want to go talk about AR, VR, every object should be available as a 3D model, isn't it? So, so every object has to be converted or has to be created as a 3D model. So these things are very important. And if you want to show some engineering drawing, then you have to use this Blender. Then audio editing tools, Audacity, Audio Cutter, and all these tools are available. You can nowadays, even with your smart device, you can record your voice. You can use some, but when you want to edit it, you should go for an editing tool. So recording is easy. Recording, you can use it even. But if you want to have a professional recording, then go for a good microphone, and then use the editing tools like Audacity, right? Then video editing tools, like for screencasting tools, you have the Camtasia, then Screencast-O-Matic, even screencastifying. There are many tools which you can capture the screen. And for the video editing tools, you have, what is it? Open Shot, Cut Shot. These are all open source. And for professional, you can use this Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro. For authoring tools, see, this is very important. I would like to recommend everyone should learn some authoring tool. Okay, so EXE, see, just note it down. You just note it down. EXE Learning. It is a free and open source tool. See, Adobe Captivate is there, but that is also good. But it is many e-learning industry people are using, or whoever is producing, like Baiju or whoever it is. E-learning industry people are using this Adobe Captivate, but it is you have to pay for it. If your institute is having that, no problem. Or Articulate Storyline. Okay, but the best one is, I can say, EXE Learning. Now you have H5P, that is HTML thing. Okay, so H5P, HTML5, right? So that is also there. EXE learning, you go download it, and then you can make, that is text you can there. In that you can put video, in that you can put quizzes. You can make it as a one total package for each lesson. And then it is a spam complaint. What you can do is you can download it and upload it in your Moodle. You can upload it in your Canvas, in your Google Classroom. So this will have, instead of having separate text separate, video separate, audio separate, quiz separate, for every lesson you can combine everything. That is called the authoring tool. Okay, so this one, EXE Learning. It is a free open source software. Go to the EXE Learning thing, what is it? Then you can download it if time permits. Yeah. And then then you have to deploy. When you want to deploy, see the standards and policy. Why I'm saying means, see if you are creating anything, you can deploy it in either on the internet or you can deploy it on the LMS. Okay, so using these tools you can deploy. So when you say the deployment, right? So you can deploy it on the LMS or on the website. So if you want to have the analytics of your students when they are learning, how much they are learning, how much improvement is there any data exchange? In that cases, learning analytics is available in all the LMS. In Moodle, it is available. In Canvas, it is available. So you can use these analytics to improve your teaching, to improve the learning of the students. Okay. So in that way, it is very, very useful. So this is called the deployment, right? So what I want to say here is, we should know about our learners. The learners are multimodal learners. They want to learn at any time, anywhere. In that case, a teacher has to create or use the different types of learning material, and they have to share it with their students on some platform like LMS. Okay, so that is very important for their teaching. You need the 5 tools we have discussed. Okay, one is the LMS, then video conferencing tools, classroom engagement tools, then virtual labs, and then the assessment tools. So these are the different types of technology teachers should know. And the teachers should know some of these tools, and they have to create, either for creating you should know, or even for modification or revision of some of the content, you should be knowing all these tools. And then you, after creating this, you have to deploy it in the LMS. Okay, fine. So with this, I would like to stop here and ask any questions. You can ask me if there is any queries. Okay, so this is an activity. So whenever, why I put this activity is, when for every course outcome, okay, for the course, for the lessons, okay, you supplement your teaching with your online materials like videos, open textbooks. See now, no, it is very, very higher education cost is very expensive. Isn't it? Another additional, we should not give burden to our students for, okay, go buy this book, that book. No, nobody, even if you say also, nobody is going to buy. So how to give? There are so much of open content available. It is available, like NDL is also their National Digital Library. Okay, and then open textbooks. So many universities have come out, foundations, endowments, ministers, that is governments, or have given, sorry, no, they have come out with this. So you go and search. The teacher has to go and search the open textbooks, find whether it is suitable for it, then share it in the Google Classroom or in LMS or any LMS with them. Okay, so this is how you have to use the e-content for your in your teaching learning process. So all type of things. Okay, it should be material, video, simulation, whatever it is, URL or text. Right. With this, I will stop. Thank you for your patient listening. I know it is very difficult sitting for all 4 hours and listening. Okay, so uh, let me stop my presentation. If there is any question, I can take. Okay. Yes, I have shared the presentation slide with your coordinator. He will be sharing it with you. The whatever I am presented, I have shared. Then what else?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Very explanatory and informative, useful session. We came across many new tools like Padlet and other things we learned from the session. Now it's open to participants. If you have any specific query, you can raise to the expert madam right now available to take up the questions. If any question, you can unmute your mic and post your questions to the madam.
Continuous section, no, sir?
At the 2:30, ma'am. Actually, 1.5 hour to 2 hours session சொல்றாங்க அவங்க.
Okay.
அதனால first 9:30, 11:30 onwards time mention பண்ணாம போட்டிருந்தேன். But இந்த flowல அப்படியே நமக்கு sometimes அப்படியே கரெக்டா அந்த 2 hours கிட்ட வந்துடுது. Participants, if you have any query, you can unmute your mic and ask to the expert. Otherwise, we can conclude the session. Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. It is only action has to be taken place.
Yes,
they have to learn.
Already, teachers are using a lot of ICT tools, but the idea is to give them experience in new tools.
Okay.
Maybe many of them familiar with the Google Classroom alone. Maybe they will learn some new tools from this FDP. That is what the idea.
Yes.
And moreover, as you initially said, we may go for online teaching again after this week. So they will be
blended also.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Thank you very much, ma'am. A wonderful session. We must thank on behalf of our college and department for readily accepting our invitation and to deliver the session. On behalf of department and all the participants, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, participants.
Thank you.
And we will,
thank you for your patient listening, and thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Thank you.
Then I wish you all a happy new year, and hopefully all these new things should happen. Nothing, no Omicron. We are fed up with all these COVID things. Okay, be safe. Take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, dear participants, please join by 2:30 for the afternoon session. Thank you very much. Thank you.